back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman, coming to you, obviously, remote, not in our studios out at the airport, at the Capital Region International Airport. We're going to run down to Jackson, Michigan right now, spend a little time with Angela Thompkins, who is the Vice President and Chief Diversity Officer for Consumers Energy. And welcome to the show, Angela. Good to have you here.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here with you today.
So, Angela, tell us how and why Consumers Energy is committed to DEI.
Sure. So the how, I think, is really simple. We service the entire state of Michigan, and we recognize that we have a very diverse customer base across the state. So we represent many different identities and folks and experiences and backgrounds across the state. And we want to make sure that our internal workforce represents the customers and the communities that we serve. So we're meeting the needs of each and every one of our customers. And so as we think about diversity, equity, and inclusion internally for our workforce, it's important that we create an environment of inclusion and belonging so each one of our coworkers can bring their best and authentic self to work with innovative ideas, different perspectives, again, mirroring the customers that we serve in the community. And we believe when people can bring their best and authentic self to work, we get the best outcomes for our customers.
You know, it's interesting. I'm glad you brought up the fact that the diversity and inclusion in the workforce is so important, because it really has paid off for you folks over the years, having those different perspectives and those different influences.
It has. It's really been good for us to think we have a company of subject matter experts. We rely on experts to make our daily decisions, but it's oftentimes people from a different department, a different area that can point out blind spots for us. So diversity isn't just about self-identity and what we look like. That may be one piece and part of it, but it's also different perspectives. And so it's really awesome when you create an environment where you can have difficult conversations, where you create a culture of mistakes are okay as long as you're learning from them and you move forward. People are speaking up, offering those different perspectives and allowing us to maybe have outcomes that we typically would not have achieved had it not been for a different perspective that allowed us to open up a blind spot that we had.
Yeah. So, Angela, we're kind of connecting with you here pretty much almost on the eve of Michigan Celebrates Small Business Gala, which is May 2nd. Can you speak a little bit to Consumer Energy's commitment to small business?
Yeah, so small businesses are really the heart, right, of our communities. It's so important for small businesses, medium-sized businesses. We know that those smaller businesses really invest in the communities. They hire from the communities where they do businesses. But we also know that sometimes those smaller and medium-sized businesses, they can't do everything by themselves, and they may require some help. And so for big companies like Consumers, it's important for us to lend a hand, provide coaching, mentoring, volunteerism, and support whenever we can.
Well, you're doing a great job with that, that's for sure. And we're very appreciative of small business, because you and I will probably see each other the evening of the event, whether you like it or not, because I wind up in front of the whole thing, and it's a little embarrassing for most people, but it's a great evening for everybody. So, speaking of Michigan Celebrates Small Business, Consumers Energy is a gold sponsor. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so it's important for us at Consumers Energy, again, to give back to the communities. When we think about our diversity, equity, and inclusion strategy that we developed in 2020, we were very intentional that it wasn't just for our coworkers, it was also for our communities and the customers that we serve. And so part of that is reaching back, helping small businesses and helping our communities. And so we're really proud to be a sponsor, and I look forward to seeing you on May 2nd.
Well, I look forward to it too. It's a great event, and it's kind of like a small business Christmas, if you will, because everybody gets together and everybody feels jovial and good. And you guys have been involved for quite a while, as a matter of fact. It does lead, as you say, supporting small business to hookups, but there's more than that. There's more than that, because you're helping small businesses, right, to do well, which adds to them hiring people, expanding, adding to tax base. I mean, when you look at it, you're supporting schools at the end of the day.
Absolutely. And we know that it's important for us to support small businesses for that very reason, because they are the heart of the communities where they work, and where they hire, to your point. And so we want to be a part of it and support where and when we can.
Angela, does consumers do anything like internally? I know a lot of the good feelings about being part of Michigan Celebrates is how the workforce feels about that involvement.
So yes, we have large volunteer efforts across the state of Michigan, our supplier diversity program. We mentor small businesses. So connected to many of our core company values, our coworkers do get involved and engage in helping support small businesses, not only in helping them develop and grow, but also supporting where we purchase and do our business as well.
Well, listen, as one of the founders and the people who actually put this thing together, we appreciate your involvement, and it makes a great deal of difference. So please pass that on.
Thank you so much.
Angela Thompkins, who is the Vice President and Chief Diversity Officer for Consumers Energy, and we will see you on the 2nd. Meanwhile, you've been watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman. Stick around, there's more ahead.